Collectively, we've been involved in a number of different projects. For example, looking at the consumer response to additives in food, looking at choice of mothers for their preschool children. Other examples would be looking at promotions and how the grey market responds to promotions in the food grocery sector. I did a project with ScotMid, and I know Catherine also has done similar work with the retail grocery sector. We've also, in recent times, worked with a company called Presentation Products and offered them some consumer insights into particular purchase behaviour, into particular decision making of consumers.
As well as actually looking at consumer insight, focus groups and so on with companies to give them information about consumers, we can also provide training for businesses who perhaps would like to come in and learn firsthand themselves about market trends and market dynamics and consumer behaviour.
In relation to further knowledge acquisition, we've been involved in the past with workshops with Scottish Enterprise, but also we've worked extensively with local regions, local authorities, helping to train teachers. So upskilling, for example, home economics teachers into areas of marketing, development, understanding this whole sense of what it is that we do. So training and knowledge acquisition is a key aspect of what we might offer to the food industry.
The food industry is managed by 4 main top retailers, which involves a lot of challenge for businesses who are providing to work with those, but also for those themselves it's a challenging environment because we've come through recession, and we can help hopefully with some of our expertise in order to meet the needs of consumers better.
Yeah, I think that's very much what we're about, is about looking at consumer attitudes. How do you win over the consumer pound? How do you influence decision to shop with one retailer over another, or to purchase one product when there is such an amazing selection of products out there? So how do manufacturers position themselves? How do we change attitudes in terms of the way that we choose to eat our food and consume our food? So a lot of what we do is related to that sense of the consumer influencing, but also the potential for manufacturers and food policy makers to influence consumers.
We've also looked at consumers in situ, and we've done a considerable amount of research with consumers at Scottish farmers markets, where we've looked at decision making and shopping motivation, and we've really gained a unique insight into purchase behaviour at these markets. We've also done this from the perspective of the long-term growth strategy of Scottish farmers markets, and to allow them to enhance themselves as an alternative retail outlet for consumers. All of this helps us to explain the role and the influence of the consumer in the delivery of services that are provided for them, and the key influences on buyer behaviour. We also look at the retail dimension and store image factors, merchandising management, all of the aspects of retail, and how retailers use their marketing strategy in order to appeal to a particular target market.